And now I'm singing with one of the greatest rock and roll groups, pop also, ever, besides the Beatles and the Bay City Rollers, and it is the Monkees. Love them. Yes, they're icons, and yes, they're very legendary. And I'm in my fantasy singing with Davy Jones, Peter Tork, Michael Nesmith, and Mickey Dolenz. The Monkees. Oh, let me start over. Let me start over. Okay. Hit it, guys. Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaving razor's cold and it stings. Tear up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? You once thought of me as a white knight on your steed. Now you know how happy I can be. Oh, and our good times starts and then with $1 want to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Oh! Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it be to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it be to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Oh my god, I love them. I love them. Okay, let me tell you about Davy Jones. I have never met him, but I wanted to so bad. Oh my god, I wanted to so bad. I was so in love with Davy Jones. I saw them on MTV one time, the Monkees. I don't even remember when it was. It was a long time ago, but they were showing it on. Was it MTV or was it? It was on television. But and anyway, um, Davy Jones. What? Yes. I was super, super duper in love with him. I never called myself Karen Jones though, but I wanted to marry him or be with him. I'll just say be with him. I don't think I wanted to marry. I just want to be with him forever. But isn't that what marriage is? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I had a crush on Eric Faulkner, Davy Jones, Michael Jackson. Who else? Oh, another older person, Sean Cassidy, Davy Cassidy. I think that's it. Oh, Ange and Tom, yeah, them too. I mean, I like I said, the older the better. What are you talking about? Shoot, y'all are no good until you have been smooth talked by an older gentleman who's debonair and has what do you call it? Just class, dignity, just. older people are sharp. You don't even understand. They can roll. Now, the young people, my age and younger, they good too. What? And brothers can dress. What? Oh, yes, you better bet it. But something about the older gentlemen. They know how to open a door for women. You know, they're just so classy. Oh, I just love it. Gentlemen. They're gentlemen. Yes, they are. They know. Look, an older gentleman will finesse you to the maximum. You'd be like, oh my God, you're just so debonair. I just adore it. Yeah. So, my old seniors, I love them in every way. Now, the ones I take care of, the older ones where I have to bathe them and I have to clothe them and I have to feed them and I have to. They're like your children. They're like my children. Yeah, they're like my babies. As a matter of fact, they act like babies too. Some of them, some of them aren't quite already there. They lost a little bit of their members and stuff, but I treat them like they're kids. I mean, like they're my babies. Yeah, I wipe their noses because they, especially, yeah, he doesn't know how to he wipes his nose with his sleeve. So I go, no, 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 don't do that. Don't, I got you, baby. And I will say blow, and he blows while I hold the tissue to his nose, and then I dig up his nose and clean it thoroughly, and then I look up it because I have a syringe where I can grab the mucus out of his nose and then put it in the tissue, and then I make sure he's okay. I clean, he hates it. I clean behind his ears, and he's just twitching like, oh, please stop. He's like a little 5-year-old, and I get all in between his ears, especially if I'm bathing him or bathing her, any of them, her or him. I bathe their ears, and I'm a cleaning fanatic, y'all. Y'all don't know that about me. I'm a Virgo, so we're very clean. I'm 2 days from Michael, so I'm extra clean. I got issues. I guess you would call me a cleaning fanatic, but I washed all in between his ears, all the different sections, and at one point I got his ears cleaned. I got Dee's ears cleaned, and I got his ears cleaned, where they literally clean all the wax out of your ears, because I don't do dirt, funk, or nothing even close to it. I mean, seriously. if you wanted to really make me upset, put me with funk, and I promise you I will be horribly upset, because I'm literally a cleaning fanatic. I grew up in a very sterile, clean place where you could almost eat off the floor. You could eat off the floor. As a matter of fact, you could actually eat off the floor. No joke. So that's what I'm used to, cleanliness. So no, I don't do dirt. I don't like it. And when I'm around it, it makes me itch. I'm just saying. Get the scratch, and I'm like, do I have allergies, or am I just allergic to this planet when some of it is dirty? I don't know. But anyway, case in point is this. I love my seniors. Yes, they're a little rough around the edges. He likes to spit. One time he came to me, he said, I'm sick, I'm really sick. And I said, oh, okay, I believe you. And then he ran to me. I said, oh, what's happening right now? Are you okay? He said, I'm sick. Like, it was almost like he was running to his mother. I didn't take it like that. I was in the car and he was running toward the car. He said, I'm sick. And then he stopped, and then he threw up right next to my door. He said, see, I told you I was sick. I said, okay, it's all right, baby. I'll get you better. And I wiped his mouth, and I made him rinse his mouth, and then I brushed his teeth a little bit, because I carry some things with me in cases of emergencies. And I made him gargle his mouth with Listerine, and I wiped his face off with a towelette, and I wiped his ears. He don't like the ear thing. And I wiped his neck down and dried him. I took his temperature, made sure he wasn't feverish or anything. And I said, do you want to come home with me, or you want to stay on this side of town, or what do you want to do? And he basically said, I guess I'll come. He wanted to watch Gunsmoke. And as soon as he got into the household, he fell asleep. Poor little thing. And I covered him up, and I put on all his music that I love, Nat King Cole and just all the old timers. And he would wake up, Nat King Cole, and then he'd go back to sleep. then he'd hear Johnny Mathis. And then he'd go back to sleep. I said, what are you, the announcer? Like a radio show. And then he would hear, that's Diane Carroll. I was like, how would he know? How does he know? He just knew. Yeah. But I have always catered to people who were older than me. I just think they're the most specialist people in the world. Just in on the planet. They're just golden to me. Some of them are my babies. I call them my children or my babies. And then others who are have their mind about them, I actually like. Yeah. I would definitely marry an older man. Definitely date an older man. Are you kidding me? Shoot. Now, if a young man could act older, with clarity and decency and respect for me and stuff like that, I wouldn't have a problem with a younger person or someone my age at all. But other than that, no, because y'all act stupid. It's ridiculous the way y'all act. You're not mature enough for me. Mm-mm. And I get a lot of people that are attracted to me that are too young, like ridiculously young, like 18 years old. Dude, I could be your older sister. What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, like that. Anyway, and I get a lot of women too. A lot of women love me. But I'm not gay, but I love them. Yeah. And they call me their wives. Y'all, I forgot to tell you that. It has been 3 different girls who married me and I was not at the wedding. I wasn't. Stephanie said, we're going to get married. I said, we are. How was that so? I mean, I'm straight. She said, it doesn't matter. We're going to get married and we're going to have a happy life. And I was like, really? Okay. And I'm just looking at her like, girl, what in the world, but I never say negative things to them. I just, I'm not going to be mean ever. And then the girl next door, she calls me wifey. So I said, oh, I'm wifey, huh? Was I at the wedding? And then she goes, now you're my second wife because I have my first wife. I was like, oh, okay, I ain't mad at you. And she got her man too. So she's bi. But she calls me wifey all the time. So I mean, it's like this is a new world. It's just a new world. But it's done out of love. And for some reason, I mean, I know father wants man and woman and all that stuff. He's very, very stern, like most fathers are and mothers. But me, I'm not against same sex stuff. Because it's love. You know what I mean? It's not nasty. It's just love. And if you love someone, you can't help it. Duh. I feel good if someone said something, oh, you like the same sex, and they were upset with me for loving someone. I wouldn't feel comfortable about that. I would be kind of upset about that. So I would never treat anyone that way. And of course, Aaliyah, I said, I feel so close to you. I feel like you're my daughter or my sister. I said, don't you feel like that? And she said, no. And I said, why not? You don't feel like I'm your sister, or could I have known you in a past life? Because I feel so close. She said, I'm your wife, bitch. I was like, okay. How? Because she was living upstairs. And I think that's, if you move someone in, I guess they think that then they are your people, or your one. And she had a husband. I mean, I'm like, okay. So if I'm supposed to be your wife, you're gay? And she said, of course. And I was like, okay, I'm confused. I thought you had your boyfriend. No. I said, I thought you had your boyfriend. She said, he's my husband. I said, oh, okay. So I thought you had your husband upstairs with you. I don't get this. And she said, no, I just have both. And I said, oh, I see. That's bi. She said, no, I'm not bi. I'm completely gay. I said, you can't be, because, oh, Never mind. I don't have the authority to talk because I don't know anything about gayness. All I know is that if someone is happy, leave them alone. If someone is not bothering you, not breaking any laws, I mean, they may be breaking rules of God, but everybody breaks rules of Father. I mean, he's very strict, and so is Mother. But I'm saying, um, it is understandable if you fall in love. Love is love. Now, do I think that I would ever be that way? I don't think so. But you never know. Because I'm strictly dickly and I'm just keeping it real. But you never know. I think men are gorgeous. They're wonderful. I love the men's. I just think they're wonderful. But you never know. I can never say never because you can't. You never can say never. So right now, I'm a straight woman, but you never know what could happen. So I never talk down on anyone in love or someone who got married or someone like that. I can't do that. That's just wrong. If you feel that it's not good, then you take it to Father and say, help them if you feel like it's against something. But I feel like love is love. That's just my opinion. I might be different from most Christed ones and anointed ones. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I love you guys so much. And I hope I answered most of your questions that were on this list. I hope I did. Anyway, love you. Love you. Love you.